Well, if you were filed for bankruptcy or foreclosed on a home, you're certainly not alone at these times. Now, as times go on, people are suffering, of course, from financial situations and a lot of distress, but there is help available right here in Southern Nevada. And here with tips on financial reconstruction is Damian Falcone. Damian, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
We're doing great, but you know, a lot of people aren't, because this has been a really tough time the last couple of years. We have seen, you know, the housing market take an upswing lately, but people have had to do things they wouldn't have had to, like take from their 401k or foreclose on a home. So your company basically helps people in these types of situations, correct?
Yes, absolutely. There's been a huge shift in wealth as far as, you know, property values go. That's much more than people are used to dealing with.
So what do you do if somebody's home is underwater or they had to foreclose? What's the first thing you do when you come in and help them get out of this trouble?
Well, you need to look at somebody's entire financial situation. A lot of people I had a disagreement with early on were offering one service. So if you look at somebody's entire situation, you can map it out for them. They're really the one that needs to make the decision.
Yeah.
So if you can put it in terms they understand and they can make a reasonable decision, that's a great starting point.
Because years ago, people would think it'd be unheard of to think of foreclosing on your home or borrowing from your 401k, but in times where people have lost their jobs, they need to support their family or, you know, pay the mortgage, they've had to resort to some of these, and sometimes it's not all bad, right?
Well, I still think foreclosure is an option that really is way out there as far as it can be avoided so many ways. In Nevada, the state has stepped in and put a lot of things in place. I think a lot of people represent they do services related to that, and they don't. But a lot of people can miss mortgage payments, get other bills in place, and really never risk a foreclosure, but you need to attend to things a certain way.
And that's why it's so important to go to someone like yourself, a professional, before you make that kind of a dramatic decision that can affect the rest of your credit history, right? Yeah,
when you're talking about bankruptcy or any of these options, short sale, loan modification, they're not baby steps. So once you kind of go in a direction, undoing some of that is a bit of a nightmare. It's much easier starting off on the right foot.
Okay, and talk about bankruptcy, because a lot of people, that seemed like a much more popular choice than ever before, but people really should think about the consequences, because you really think that's a hard thing to recover from, correct?
Well, it's a quick fix. It's available. You know, you pretty much know what's going to get done, but with quick fixes, there's typically a hidden cost involved, and that's, yes, we can have this resolved in 3 to 6 months, or in some cases 5 years of payments, but if you want to interact with the creditor, maybe you can negotiate a better deal on your own. And why not do that first and see if you can achieve it, and then file bankruptcy as a last resort? But bankruptcy is something my clients have been able to avoid for the last few years.
Very nice.
So,
is that what your company does too? I mean, before people have this kind of knee-jerk reaction to their situation, sometimes you guys have avenues and resources that someone wouldn't even think about or have the tools to. You could call the creditors or some of these places for them and help negotiate things.
We do it every day, and I think you know, I'm better now than I was a week ago, but I've been doing this every day for years. So some people think, you know what, I kind of got the feel of it. But the reality is, it is with somebody who does it all the time, and they are licensed to do it, they're insured to do it. You know, they can cover bases that you're not necessarily going to have straight sitting at home dealing with your own issues.
Yeah, leave it to the pros. I mean, I tried to color my own hair one time and it turned orange. So you go to professionals for that. Real quickly, you've got a deal for our viewers too, right?
Yes. We are putting together a financial evaluation. So in the event, the next 25 callers will be given a free financial evaluation with me.
Nice.
And that will hopefully get them off on the right track and give them a basis for making good decisions.
Excellent, Damian. Thank you so much. Again, so call that number. First 25 will get a free session with Damian. So thank you so much for what you're doing. It's really important right now for a lot of people, especially here in Las Vegas. Thanks so much, sir. Appreciate it.